Good day everyone. I am Shad Bravo Besa and today I am going to discuss about media and its function. First, what is media? Media refers to the different channels or means of communication used to deliver information, news, entertainment, and messages to the public. This includes print media, broadcast media, and digital media. According to June Apaduray, the shifting patterns of migration as people move around the world move quickly as a result of technological and transportation advancement combined with media advancements paved the way in the drastic alteration of human existence and create the conditions for globalization. The media contributed significantly to the globalization of politics, economy, and culture by facilitating this multifaceted process. Agkaning media is dako ni siyang tabang sa globalization kay kanabitaw mas if kung na di ba sa globalization if kanang naay media is mapadali ang process kay kanabitaw daghan man siya kanang if kita way media mas mapadali ang process ay kung way media mas madugay man di ba kay daghan may benefits if kintahay sa globalization if kanang magamit tag kanang naay media. All forms of print, electronic, and digital communication are considered media. Conversely, global media encompasses all mass media platforms that are accessible worldwide, such as radio, television, newspaper, and social media. Kana siya kadto ang mga gipang example is mo to siya kanang types of media. Pwedeng electronic, pwedeng print media, then pwede po siya digital. Then sa global media pod kani siya ay murag mo kanabitang mo kanang define sa kanabitang sa tanang platform sa kanabing globally ba nga platform sa mass media nga kanang moy kanang gigamit worldwide kay globally gani no. The like kanang example ining global media is kaning radio, television, news and newspaper. To Lule 2014, globalization would not have been possible without media since they develop simultaneously over time. Kanang based on Lule kuno kanang di kuno kanang ma-develop ang globalization if walay media kay maula gito ang giingon ganina nga ang media is mo'y nagpadali ba sa process sa globalization mo'y na kanang bitaw daghan siya benefits ba if magamit tag media kay mas mapadali man atong buhaton nga na. He provided evidence for this assertion by describing how media has changed over time. Di ba naaman pud tay media sa una pero di like inga ni karon nga generation or technology nato kay di ba ang media kay nag-change man ang media day ay kanang overtime ba kay sa ang una nga media kay lahi man pud like nato karon di ba naaman jay kanang changes nga kalahian din mas better ang karon nga media kay mas napadali man ang mga process or na ay mga pangbuhaton ba nga na. The core of this claim was oversimplified by saying media have made globalization possible. Kani nga quote is nagpasabot nga if wala kunoy media di pud kanang mahimo ang globalization kay di ba sa globalization is dira man pud na apply ang media like kanang basta tanang example sa media kay naa naman pud na apply so maoro to. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good day. I'm the third reporter of Group 6 and today I will be report the critics of cultural imperialism. So, what is cultural imperialism? Cultural imperialism, the practice of promoting and imposing one culture's values, beliefs, and practices on other cultures. As Princess said, cultural imperialism has happened when one powerful culture ang maka-impluwensya or mahitabo ni siya if na usa ka powerful daw nga culture ang maka-impluwensya nato. Often through media like TV show, movie, and news, politics like government's policy, economic influence like business trade. For example, para mas masabtan ang cultural imperialism is kana bitaw ang mga bata nga kabalo mo English although Filipino sila maggusto sila sabot sa Tagalog pero og English basic ra kay nila tungod kay sa sige nila nagtan-og mga cartoons nga English or mga movies nga English og na-impluwensyahan sila through media. So, here are some critics and its examples. So, the first one is undervaluing local agencies and free will. Ignoring or dismissing the autonomy and decision-making capacity of local communities. For example, USA foreign policy engages in Sub-Saharan Africa. So, the USA government's approach to promoting gay rights in Sub-Saharan Africa has been criticized for imposing Western values without considering local perspectives. This undervalues the agency and free will of local communities, who may have their own unique cultures and social contexts that need to be taken into account. So the second one is ignoring individual backgrounds and frames of reference. Failing to consider the diverse backgrounds, experience, and perspectives of individuals with a culture. Example of this is Western media dominance. The dominance of Western media outlet like CNN can lead to a single dominance perspective being presented as the norms. This ignores the diverse background and frames of reference of individuals from other cultures, such as those represented by Asia era. By neglecting this, diverse perspectives, cultural imperialism can be perpetuated as narrow and base biased view of the world. So the third one is assuming static culture, believing that culture are unchanging and homogeneous. Example, Obama's comments on gay rights in Kenya. When former US President Obama commented on gay rights in Kenya, it was seen as an example of assuming that Kenya's culture is static and unchanging. However, Kenya culture is complex and multifaceted, with diverse perspective and experience. By assuming that culture are static, cultural imperialism can overlook the nuance of complexities of local culture. So the first one is ignoring cultural resistance, overlooking the potential resistance and backlash from local communities in response to external influence. Example, Nigeria's anti-gay laws as a response to US pressure. The Nigerian government's response to US pressure on gay rights was to pass anti-gay laws, which can be seen as a form of cultural resistance. By ignoring this potential resistance, cultural imperialism can provoke unintended consequences and reinforce local opposition to internal influence. So this example illustrates how cultural imperialism can manifest in different ways and how it can be problematic when it ignores local complexity, perspective, and agency. So cultural imperialism has two main effects. So the first one is detrimental effects on it, international relation and communication. Detrimental means bad effects, or it can cause bad effects on international relations and communication. Cultural imperialism can lead to problems in international relation and communication between cultures, and it can result in misunderstanding, conflicts, and tension between countries and cultures. So the second one is the existence of free will and culture resistance and targets nations. So countries and cultures targeted by cultural imperialism have the ability to resist and adapt the external influence, and local communities have a free will to choose what they want to and accept or neglect from external influence. So means kanang ang mga local communities kay na ay free will or na sila kanang rights nga mo pili or mo choose kung unsa ilang gusto.